turn your lights off. We been on. Came from my block and growed up, guess I'm homegrown, well known. That is my cologne. I put my wrist inside the freezer, came out froze. Ice. I put my heart inside, cause I was chose. I put my heart inside and only God knows. Yeah, the clinics for that baby, bite this nose. I bite this nose. What's a leg with till they explode? Yeah. Real, bling bling blow, yeah. Bling bling, mama got style, yeah. Chanel reptile player, hey. On Mars, gotta get the grace of the God. 3 rock stars, nobody seeing the gang on guard. Yeah. Superstars out. Hey. Brand new cars, we by the bar now. Swing doors now. Now smash, shots and goals, tax. Rock the shows, big bang rolls, cash. Now she go, for the team, now she don't ski, splash. Think about posting up on the ground, man, delete her. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers. Think about posting up on the ground, man, delete her. Whole gang in the field, we don't do bleachers.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's he said it's a them pretty.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for Nick Chubb. And shutting him off now open field. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Mayfield now from the 50. Out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. Well, he's going to take a into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a... He rifles one that's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. The 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Back to it after the pick 6. Mayfield. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 50 yards. Mayfield on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Grady Jarrett able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Now a second down throw for Mayfield. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Rashad Perriman from 3 yards out. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
So out come the Falcons now. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
You ready? Hey, let's go.
On second down, Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now. Mayfield
going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 40. They begin this drive with Chubb, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Second down, Mayfield. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked up by Keanu Neal.
And as a defender, if you go with 2 interceptions in a game, that's pretty rare in the NFL. You might see one guy a weekend do that. But have 2 in the first quarter, that's something you don't see all that often. I have a feeling they'll think twice about throwing in his direction too often.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run here with Freeman. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. 2nd and goal, and the lone man in the backfield is Freeman. They get it to him running left. Fights out the defender. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Freeman. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
This drive started with 1st and goal. Now that it's 4th and goal, anything less than a touchdown would feel like a letdown to me.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Bryant's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Watch it now, Barney.
Mayfield now on second down. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there at 22.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56.
Mayfield looks to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Over! Detroit! Hot! Watch it now, Barney!
Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Again, this is Chubb. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mayfield down. And he will find his man on the outside. A good pickup there at 22.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Over! Gun!
From the red zone now, Mayfield under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Grady Jarrett in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Gun!
Mayfield to throw it. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. While we have a second, Charles, the Patriots, of course, back in the Super Bowl, getting the 37-31 victory over KC in the AFC title game. Great game, but you know, the Patriots.
Nobody believes in them.
Yeah, right. They're playing that underdog card, but I thought it was funny because after the game, they asked Tom Brady, were you guys just trying to use that for your own motivation? He said no comment because they were. They know they're not the underdog.
They know it, but when you've been that great for this long,
you need something. You've
got to find something different. And Tom Brady, I've got to give him credit. Somehow he made his team buy that and believe in it when no one else in the country did. And I think it really started with their first playoff game this year when the Chargers came to town. I know I picked the Chargers against them. A lot of people picked the Chargers. They took that as, well, no one believes in us, and everyone thinks we're not as good. They were just wrong about that part, as we were wrong about the Chargers beating them.
11.
On third down, Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gain of 39 on third. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, Freeman. Freeman with a fast feet, and he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Get up!
Now the pitch to Freeman. He spins free and able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm?
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a play fake here on first down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Mohamed Sanu as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And his kick is right through. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Watch him now, Barney! Hurry up, here we go! 3:19! Sponge! Go! Gun! Detroit!
To throw, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
Black 99 Philly, here we go! Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
Final play of the half. Mayfield. Flush to his right. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, while we have a second here, how about we get bold and make a couple Super Bowl predictions?
Hey, why not? Let's go ahead and put ourselves on the spot.
Just more fodder for the angry people. What do you think? Who's going to win it? Who's going to be the MVP?
Well, my prediction for this one is the New England Patriots win the football game. They win it 32-30. The MVP, the McCourty twins, Jason and Devin. They both get 2 interceptions apiece. And instead of splitting the trophy, they wrestle for it right there on the 50-yard line post-game. Because you know sibling rivalries, one always wants the upper hand. Okay, that's bold. I'll go Rams on a Greg Zuerlein 44-yarder from the right hash as time expires. 44? That's nothing for him.
MVP Todd Gurley, 2 touchdowns, 1 catching, 1 rushing.
I like it.
There you go.
You don't like the McCourty thing, though, do you?
No, I do like that. If that happens, you're Nostradamus.
There you go.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
That is caught at the 7. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. It's Coleman here, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get out to them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, partner, after the conference championship games, there was a lot of talk about the overtime rules, understandably so. Do you think that anything needs to be changed in the NFL overtime situation?
I don't think so. And you got to remember, I'm an old crone, all right? So here's the deal on it. The NFL jumped into popularity with an overtime game, the Baltimore Colts being the New York Giants. Back in, where was it, 1959, 58, 59? That's when the NFL really came into prominence, and it was sudden death. Alan Amici, the Colts got the ball, they scored. No one talked about anything but, boy, what an exciting game. As time went on, people started talking about fairness. So the overtime rule finally got changed. If you score first with a touchdown, the game's over. Otherwise, you keep playing. I think that's pretty cool. And in our 2 championship games this year, we had overtime in both. Tom Brady and the Patriots won the toss, went downfield, scored a touchdown, ball game. Drew Brees and the Saints won the coin toss. Through an interception, the Rams kicked the field goal and won. Defense still exists if you care to play it.
Now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
Fourth down, Mayfield. That's caught out left by Pyramid. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 21 yards there. A big play on fourth down. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open.
And this is going to be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They were looking for Johnson that time. Well, the upcoming Super Bowl, so many storylines, but one that obviously grabs you. Sean McVay just turned 33 January 24th. Youngest coach ever to take a team to the Super Bowl. Double that age for Bill Belichick, who's 66. And, Charles, that's the largest gap between coaches in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, and when you think about it, obviously the age comes into play. But to me, it's more the experience. The number of times that the Patriots have gone to the Super Bowl with Belichick leading them versus Sean McVay's first time in the Super Bowl leading the Rams. Will that game experience come into play at all? But I do like this about Sean McVay. Raised in the game, raised up through the NFL system, no matter how young he might be. Remember, his grandfather was a head coach and a GM in the league. He gets it. He understands. I highly expect the moment to be just fine for him and not too big.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Being chased out left. Now he's going to and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Switch, switch, switch. Over, 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 over. Over, 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 over. Gone, 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 gone.
Following the interception, Mayfield flushed out right. And incomplete. Well, with that incompletion, let's look back, Charles, to the NFC title game. We had 2 excellent conference championship games, but on the NFC side, the Rams winning in overtime thanks to Greg Zuerlein. He had 2 huge kicks, but that was really overshadowed because afterwards, obviously, everyone talking about the no call.
Yeah, and we should be talking about Legatron. A 48-yarder to get them to overtime. The 57-yarder to win it in overtime. He should be the guy who should be exalted.
It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Browns. 42 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And now here's another interception. Ricardo Allen with a pick. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. What a spin. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. First down, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Hey, switch gears. Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
On second down, Mayfield again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Brian Poole. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 43. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Mayfield on 1st down, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Going to the air again with Mayfield. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
They go play action here on first down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion. But he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun.
Mayfield with it once more. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Hut. Hut.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. He's got it. Hugh Jackson rolls the dice, but it doesn't work for him. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually.
And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 17. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. A first down throw for Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Hut.
Mayfield now. Buying time to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Landry, the intended target.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Hey, South. 22. 21. Here we go.
After the interception, here's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 51 yards.
Let's go.
So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. On first down, Ryan. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Joe Schobert in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
21. Let's go.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Get up!
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Hey, South! 21! Here we go!
From the shotgun, Ryan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. TJ Carey right there in coverage. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
20! Here we go!
The Falcons will go for it. It's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on fourth down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost.
It's caught inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know they're going to be extra guys.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns get a score closer. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. And again, it's Mayfield. Dancing to his left. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Atlanta now coming out on the field. To throw it. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Room to run past midfield. And finally marked down at the 23. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Freeman again, a first down carry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
21!
On second down, Ryan. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.